Okay, my voice is a little bit scratchy because I just got done teaching how many hour class?
It was 2, I think, officially, but that was,
Okay, I'm gonna pass that
2
to
and a
you.
half. Call it 3.
I am here up at the Ridges, and we got to explore a little bit of stuff. And we went up that way to where the cemetery is and got to see like the little set of graves for the folks who were like the first ones who died there. Got to see a couple of the old Civil War heroes. And since we're so close to Memorial Day, like everything's been recently flagged and dressed up. I was down here first in March for the similar class, the spring version of it with Dr. Brian Collins. And he trucked me up here at the very end of it. And it was dark, it was late, like a chill had started to settle. And just as I wanted to ask, was this an asylum? Because honestly, if I haven't been told to study a place, like I really try not to do research on them. And I knew that there was stuff in Athens, Ohio, and I knew that there was stuff in Hocking Hills, but I'd never really done any work on the Ridges. But he started to describe it, so he kind of like blew some of that like right out of the water. But what I can say is when I got out of the car and approached it, and I gotta say this place is enormous. The first thing I noticed was a sense of things being heavier and heavier the closer I got to the building. And there's that sort of like vise that you get in the back of, or at least that I get in the back of my neck. It's almost like a tension headache. It's a little bit like that sense that you get as a storm is rolling in. Like before you see the lightning and hear the thunder, but like you know that the air is getting heavier and you can just sort of like feel that settle on you like a weight. And that's this place. I, full disclosure, have since, because of teaching the classes, heard a number of things that are associated with this place, from a stain to a crocodile in the fountain, and a number of other things that sound sort of like, I don't know, urban legends and such. But most of it is shut down. There's asbestos in a lot of the rooms, so you're not going to see me go knocking around through most of the halls. It's interesting that in some of these windows you can still see curtains. Different parts of the property pull me in different ways. The cemetery was interesting because those little initial grave markers, the ones that are all in a little row, clustered together, those had a feel to them, not so much that the people in them whose lives they memorialized were hanging around, but more that many people are drawn to that spot. That's sort of like the first striking thing that they see. But you can see like all of the windows have bars of some sort, and it just goes up and up and up, all the old brick. It would probably take me hours to really unpeel all the layers here. I know that when this place was first built, and I know this by listening to the class lecture about it, the idea was to have a kinder, gentler sanitarium, a healthier place for the people who were essentially interred here. But once the place closed, stories circulated, intimations of nefarious stuff. And I don't know if I, based on the impressions, can in any way verify that terrible things happened here willfully. What I can say is I feel the layers of emotion, a lot of heavy stuff. I feel that there were definitely some people who were here who didn't need to be in an asylum, but perhaps by the time they were done being here, they were so traumatized. Not so much by the people trying to care for them, but simply by the circumstances, simply by the rejection from family or friends, for people who put them here. There's it might be allergies, and I will always offer that, but this place always makes my lungs want to rattle and my throat feel tight. It's noticeable the closer I get. So I think there was illness here too. I keep seeing a woman. I don't know if she's got a hair covering. She's got like a longer skirt. It's got like a little frill of lace. It's not long lace. It's like that hand crocheted lace at the bottom of her skirt. And I just see her walking. I just see her trying to stride very quickly from one place to the next. She seems a little covert, a little rushed, like she's escaping, like she's running away. And I don't know if this is literally someone who ran away or someone who thought about it so often, thought about looking out the window and saw herself running. I mean, she's not actually running in the image though, like she's moving swiftly, she's walking swiftly, almost like she's afraid to draw attention. But that image, that's the one that keeps, yeah, actually she's kind of got like it's one of those hats that's like a little poofy, like I remember seeing them on like my Heidi dolls or something, like it's white-ish, off-white or dirty, and like a little fringe, and her hair is mostly all up in it, but it's a little messy. She doesn't have anything else but like her clothes and that. Yeah, the other thing really is just that heaviness and that heaviness in the chest. Like I really can feel that. So let's walk a little bit more. At this point, we're getting close to the part that's been redone as the Kennedy Museum. The closer I get, the heavier it is. Like I can feel it in my back. It's just this crushing weight. Like it would take so long to pick through it. Like again, like let me say, it's. Waiting, frustration, anger, despair. Like this isn't one person. This is just, it's like plaque built up on ancient teeth that have all gotten loose and askew.
Yeah, I don't feel great.
Yeah, no, it feels hard and sick. Let's walk a little bit. Yeah, and like there's weird little like jabby bits now too. Like it just hurts. Yeah, and it starts to
Better.
Yeah, no, it starts to be better.
Yeah. Let's keep going
Yeah.
away from the action.
Yeah, but I'm trying to like actually read it. Like my job description is usually go in the dark place where nobody wants to go, experience all the stuff, skin off, shields down, and put myself back together when I'm done. I'm tough. I can take it.
I'm glad you can take it. I don't usually feel anything,
But-
and I'm not liking standing too close to the thing.
No, it's a little bit because of I think the traffic in and out of here. It's a
Yeah,
little
this
bit
is-
okay.
This part is fine for me. Like we went in there before, that was fine. Notice nothing.
Yeah.
Happy obliviousness.
Well, and
Truthfulness.
that's an effect. So I think most of what I'm picking up is residual energy. And the thing about residual energy is it's allowed to build up when places get stagnant. It's why basements and attics are such a problem. People don't go in and out of them a lot. So all the ick settles there and it doesn't ever get mixed up. Think about a swimming pool where you've got a whole bunch of dirt and silt at the bottom and you just let that build up. Well, if you don't agitate the water and keep things going and flowing and find ways to shake it up and clear it, it's just going to get nastier and nastier until you just have this awful mosquito-infested swamp. Spaces are like that too. If you don't have people going in and out of them, if you don't have people who are making them a living space, or at least a space of activity, stuff builds up. And it crusts and it calcifies and it gets thick. And then we start to just unconsciously and naturally avoid the place because it feels icky.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a buzzard.
Yeah, I think so. Yep, just that one.
Yep.
It's a good one. Anyway.
Yeah, and now we'll play near and far. Starting to feel it up my back. Starting to feel it. Really feeling it. Wow.
Oh, well, I do too.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to on this side because of the path.
No. I mean, you can see that there's like some stuff that's going on in there, but a lot of those places are still abandoned. Like this, it's too big and it's too old and it's too broken down for the college to upkeep all of it. So whole sections of it are just closed off inside. Oh, wow. Yeah. Come here, hon. Yeah. You feel that?
I don't want to move.
Oh, you don't want to move. Okay, well, I'm going to keep going a little bit further. I will walk in the fire. Walk.
I thought it was through the fire.
No, I know. Shush. I rewrite lyrics all the time. Oh, okay, yeah, this is...
Yeah, the smell is also stronger over here. I do not like the smell.
What's the smell to you? I smell wet earth
It's...
and stone and...
Yes, it's the smell of a basement where there's both of those things, but also mold and, like, decay.
Yeah, everything that could hurt in my back is hurting right now, which is pretty interesting. Well, I mean, that's...
Yeah. No,
It's part of my job as like the psychic investigator is like, okay, so I'm the canary. I experience all this stuff, but like I am the canary with the ability to reflect on what the canary is experiencing, and I have to always go, am I experiencing that because I did a whole bunch of push-ups last night? Okay, no, this isn't all that sore. Am I experiencing it because I'm allergic to things? Well, typically at this time of night, most of the things that I'm allergic to have stopped floating around and my allergies tend to go away. My throat is a little scratchy from talking for so long, and yet there's still this sort of like weird like ouch that happens in my lungs and like in my chest. And it's not heart pain, I know that, very familiar with that. And it's tight. Makes me almost feel like I'm choking and I have to take shallow breaths. And it still hurts to do it.
Look at those doors.
Probably where there was another, yeah, you can see there was another fire escape there.
Yeah.
What
Seem a little
what
hazardous
really
now.
catches my attention are those tiny little
Yeah.
windows all the way up there from the attic.
Yep.
Now, from the bits that I've gotten to see and explore, what I will say is where I really want to go looking is like that building there, even though it clearly is one of the ones that they're using a bit. Something about that building keeps drawing my attention. I want to go and actually like investigate and explore it, walk through the halls. And maybe the next time I come down I'll get a chance. So we are at the Ridges in Athens, Ohio. I hope you have enjoyed the little tour. I think at this point I will be kind to my dear Illyria and allow her and me to walk away from the ick and maybe pursue some food. Have a good night.